Okay, listen closely about Jupiter so that you can answer a question.
3, 2, 1, 0.9, 0.8, 0.7. Ah! Oh, that looks very urgent. Dear Tim and Moby, since Jupiter is made of gas, could we fly a spacecraft right through it? From Amani. Hey Amani, it sounds like you've heard that Jupiter is a gas giant, which does kind of sound like some big cloud you can fly straight through. But that's not what it's like at all. A gas giant is a planet that's made mostly of hydrogen with some helium. Under normal conditions here on Earth, those are gases. But as we'll see, conditions on Jupiter are anything but normal. Gas giants are also, giant. Other than the Sun, Jupiter is the largest object in the solar system. More than 1,000 Earths would fit inside it. So we're talking about a ginormous amount of gas here. Jupiter has more than double the mass of all the other planets in our solar system combined. In other words, it contains more than twice the amount of matter. The more massive something is, the greater its gravity. That's a basic force of nature that pulls things together. The greater a planet's gravity, the more stuff weighs there. On Jupiter, you'd tip the scales at about 2.5 times your weight here on Earth. That is, if there were a solid surface to put your scale on. All that stripy, swirly stuff is Jupiter's atmosphere. That's the layer of gases that surrounds some planets and moons. Falling through Jupiter's atmosphere, you'd feel an immense pressure building up. That's from all the gas above pressing down on you. Yeah, it's tough to picture how gases can be heavy the way solids are. But if you've ever tried to lift a tank of compressed gas, you'll have some idea. A single tank of propane for a barbecue is pretty tough to pick up. So, just imagine millions of those tanks pressing down on you as you fall through Jupiter's atmosphere. Even the atmosphere itself begins to get crushed under its own weight. Somewhere around 600 miles down, the gas compresses into a liquid. As we keep descending, that liquid becomes several times hotter than lava. A few thousand miles in, the pressure is enough to crush carbon into diamonds. In fact, a kind of diamond rain may fall here, as microscopic bits of carbon get crushed together. If it weren't for that force field, you'd have been crushed and melted long ago. Somewhere around 12,000 miles in, it's hotter than the surface of the sun, and immense pressure transforms the hydrogen into a shiny goo. This substance is called liquid metallic hydrogen. Liquid metallic hydrogen is much denser than an ordinary liquid. So, at this point, you'd quickly stop falling. But let's say you've got some engines to continue traveling downward. Jupiter's strong gravity suggests that there's a tiny, solid core made of heavier stuff, like iron. Recent estimates put it around 15 times the entire mass of Earth. Okay, that may not sound small, but it's tiny compared to Jupiter. Definite proof of a solid core would be a huge discovery. It would strongly support our understanding of how the solar system formed. It's thought that billions of years ago, most of the material that would form the planets was spread out in a disk of gas and dust. The planets themselves were just rocky cores, and Jupiter's was the biggest. Its powerful gravity captured the majority of all that gas and dust. As each bit crashed into the core, its spinning motion transferred to the planet. It's sort of like when figure skaters pull in their arms as they spin. Making their bodies more compact speeds them up. Jupiter has the fastest spin in the solar system because it pulled in the most stuff. Jupiter spins about 30 times faster than Earth. The force of this rotation transfers to Jupiter's atmosphere, creating those cool stripes. The light ones are called zones, and the dark ones are bands. They move in opposite directions at hundreds of miles per hour. At the borders between them, opposing winds form huge, swirling storms. This largest is the Great Red Spot, and it's been raging for close to 150 years. It's also wider than our entire planet. Far below the clouds, Jupiter's layer of metallic hydrogen is thought to be spinning too. Since this stuff is electrically charged, its motion would create a magnetic field. That'd explain why Jupiter has the strongest field of any planet in the solar system. If it were visible to the naked eye, it would look as big as our moon, even though it's like 2,000 times farther away. Yeah, Jupiter holds the record for a lot of strongest and biggest features. It also has dozens of moons, more than any other planet. The first four were discovered hundreds of years ago by Galileo Galilei. They're called the Galilean moons, and they're almost like little planets. Dust from Jupiter's moons has created a thin system of rings around the planet. Those were found in the 1970s, and a dozen new moons were spotted in 2018. So there's still a whole lot to learn about the fifth planet from the sun. Oh, look at that! We've been out here so long, it's gotten too dark to swim. Oh, drat.